Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Powell, you have said that custody assets are off balance sheet, always have been, and do you stand by that?
Sorry, say that again?
You've said that, quote, custody assets are off balance sheet, always have been. Do you stand by that statement, sir?
I think as a general matter, yes.
The SEC's Staff Accounting Bulletin 121 affects a core banking activity, custody. The specific bulletin requires banks to put digital assets held in custody on their balance sheet, effectively keeping banks out of the market entirely. Have the Fed and the SEC had conversations about the impact of SAB 121, and just want to get a sense of your thoughts on the policy, please?
So we, as you know, I think we don't comment on the SEC's policy. They don't comment on our policies either. So I know that I knew you were going to SAB 121 on that, but honestly, it's the SEC's business, not ours.
Thank you. Last month, you said that when evaluating inflation data, you consider whether wage growth is outpacing productivity. From 1979 to 2019, middle-class workers' productivity grew about 60%, while their wages grew by about 16%. Do you consider this historical gap when considering whether to hike rates on families obviously struggling to make ends meet?
So we're looking at inflation, and we're looking at maximum employment. Those are our goals. We don't really have the ability we don't have a bunch of different tools for things like what you're talking about. So really, it's just those things. Of course, we're very well aware of longer run trends like that. You have to also include benefits, though, in that analysis, which does close that gap quite a bit. You just mentioned wages.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, yesterday the Director of National Intelligence said that, quote, Iranian government actors have sought to opportunistically take advantage of ongoing protests regarding the war in Gaza, end quote. They have observed actors, quote, observed actors tied to Iran's government posing as activists online, seeking to encourage protests and even providing financial support to protesters, end quote. As a member of the House Select Committee on Intelligence, I'm equally concerned about our adversaries meddling in our financial system. Can I have your commitment, or if you can discuss if you're working with other federal agencies to investigate and address foreign interference channeled through our financial institutions?
So we do take part in many of those things, especially at the staff level. And as you know, there's a lot of focus in the intelligence community, and it's very helpful to the banks, the commercial banks, and to us. But we're certainly very focused on those issues. We've got a strong team. Of course, you're never able to sleep on cyber risk, but you know, we just keep fighting it.
I would like to switch gears to the discount window, please. Chairman, we've heard that the discount window is behind the times in terms of its operations. We also continue to hear that efforts to modernize the discount window and encourage its use will be ineffective without reducing the associated stigma. The usability of the discount window is an important tool for banks that need liquidity. Just wanted to get a sense of efforts underway to make the discount window a more realistic option for banks that need liquidity.
So it's a couple of things. First, it is we need to modernize our infrastructure. You know, the discount window in our system is not a primary source of credit. It's a source for banks that they can use under certain circumstances. So, but we know that the infrastructure is a little tired, and we're investing in that and making it more user friendly and all that. So that's a big project that's going on. Sorry. The second point was stigma. So stigma is that's tough. That's a tough one, and you know, it amounts to there are a lot of ways to get after that. We're studying all of them. You know, in a sense, if you require banks to use the discount window, then that can help with the stigma. I think. I mean, this is a big ask, but you know, when Congress required us to publish the names of discount window users, that didn't help. It doesn't help at all, because banks basically say we're not going to use discount window because it might, you know, people might see us as troubled, and that's not what we want. We want people to be able to freely use the discount window. So we've been focused on this issue for a long time, have not made a lot of progress on it, but right now I think we're very focused on it.
Thank you, sir. I'll yield back. Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.